What is up, YouTube? So I'm heading over to Planet Fitness now to go train some back. And I have some good news. My Planet Fitness that was 24 hours, only 4 days of the week, actually switched over to 24 hours, 7 days a week. So that was a pretty nice surprise. So yeah, I'm heading over there now. It's about 8:45 right now. So probably get there in about 20 minutes. And I'll start the first work set probably around 9 o'clock or so. So it's a pretty late workout. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. I do kind of like that it's a little bit of a longer drive to the gym, though. I'm able to kind of listen to some music, kind of get into the right mindset, and then go slam some fucking weights for a few hours. So that's always a good part of my day. Before I talk about the back workout, I kind of want to just take this time and address some of the hate that I'm getting in the comments about the like me trying to be Sam Sulek and all this stuff. And I've been posting for quite a while now. I think this is like episode 32 or something. And I haven't really talked about it verbally yet. I mean, I've commented back to a few of the people, but I've never really talked about it. And in my eyes, just a little bit about myself. I've been training for over 6 years. So I saw another comment calling me a gym newbie. And I don't really, I'm trying not to let the hate get to my head necessarily. But I do know what I'm talking about. And just because I'm filming in my car or I have a tripod just filming, like I'm just starting out my channel. I'm just filming with my phone. I'm not going to go and spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a camera. You know, one day I absolutely will. But just for right now, my phone is fine. So I don't like that I'm getting hated on before recording in my car and using a tripod. Like, who cares? You know, if you don't like what you see, then just don't watch, you know? Like, what's the point of hating on me? You know, like, I mean, what good is that really doing? You know, like, I'm just trying to record my progress and kind of just maybe make a name for myself in YouTube. So I don't understand why you'd have to like shoot that down and make me feel like shit for it, you know? I mean, I'm not trying to be Sam Sulek. I look up to him, and I think he's the best thing that ever happened for the fitness industry. He's not an asshole. He's kind. He's just a good guy. And, you know, why am I getting hated on for copying him? I mean, I'm just recording in my car. You know, I'm not trying to be him because I'm not him, and I don't want to be him. I want to be myself, you know? I plan to compete in a few years, and I just liked his training style, you know? And that's really all YouTube is about, you know? He inspired me to start creating content for myself, and I don't think that Sam would be mad at me or have any problem with me recording in my car or recording my progress. But in the end of the day, there's always going to be hate. You know, there's probably people in Sam's comments that hate on him too. But you know, I just want all you haters to know that whatever you say, it's not going to stop me. And I know that by me saying this, it's not going to stop you from hating on me. But just know, I'm not trying to copy him. You know, if I have a few things that sound similar to him, it's because it's just stuff that you kind of pick up on while you train for a long time. You know, I've been training for a while. I've probably heard a lot of the motivational speaking that he's heard, and we probably have a lot of the same mindset. But you can't say that I'm trying to be him for just training intense and recording in my car. You know, like I don't know, like I'm just trying to kind of bounce it back and forth in my head, and I just don't get the hate, you know? I mean, I understand I'm recording in my car, and that's something that he does, but I don't know, I wouldn't say I'm trying to be him because of that. And nor do I want to be him. I don't. I want to be my own person, and I want to, like, create my own content. And I just liked that he recorded in his car. I thought it was unique. I thought it was cool, so I thought to give it a shot, too. But in the end of the day, I'm not trying to be him. And you have the right to say whatever you want. I'm not saying for you to not hate on me, or I'm not saying for you to all of a sudden like my content. I'm just trying to say that I'm just trying to put notice towards the hate, I guess you can say. But then again, I just want to tell you all that I'm just not trying to be him, and just trying to do my own thing, all right? And that's really it. I don't really know if there's anything else to say, really. If I think of something, I'll just randomly talk about it, I guess. Who cares? And that's that. But for the main focus for today, back and rear delts. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, My Planet Fitness is 24 hours now, so that's really, really cool. Um, and yeah, I'm going to go slam some back. I'm probably going to start back with some assisted pull-ups again. Felt really nice to open up everything and just get a really solid lat pump before I moved into anything else. Feel like starting with a heavy row, I mean, it really fatigues the muscle, but I kind of like to have a little bit of something in the muscle before. That might have sounded confusing. Let me rephrase that. Like, I kind of like having my lats warmed up and a little bit ready for a heavier weight. You know, if I were to just go into a real heavy weight, it would fatigue them, but I noticed that the overall back pump and the fatigue the next day is better when I kind of not really pre-exhaust them, but get them working a little bit, get them a little pumped up, and then slam some heavy weight. Again, the not lat pull downs, the assisted pull-ups aren't placed in the beginning of the workout to really fatigue me. They're kind of there to kind of like prime me and get me ready for the heavier rows that are to come. So that's basically how it's going to start. Like I mentioned in past videos as well, I'm really trying to focus on bringing out my lower lats and trying to get my lats to pop from the front if I were to hit like a front double bicep pose. With that being said, I'm obviously not going to skip upper back. I just really want to primarily hit my lower lats. So first couple movements are going to be lower lat dominant, and then I'll probably slam some upper back towards the middle to the end of the workout. I just want to start the workout when I'm nice and fresh with some lower lats to really like put the majority of my energy there. I think the last back day I ended up coming home and thinking to myself I didn't do enough upper back, so I'll probably do a little bit more upper back this time than lower lats. Like still more lower lat movements, but instead of only doing 3 sets for upper back, maybe I'll do like 5. So yeah. And then for rear delts, I'll probably just hit some face pulls and maybe some dumbbell flies again, rear delt dumbbell flies. Those felt really nice last week. So yeah, that's pretty much how the workout's going to go. Sorry for the pretty long start to the video. I think it's already like 7 minutes in and I haven't done a workout yet, but just wanted to address all that before. So yeah, I'll see you for the first work set of back.
All right, what's going on, everybody? So this was not a first work set, but this is the warm-up that I did for my back before I started any of the main movements. Just doing some assisted pull-ups right here. The assistance that I have on is only like 30 pounds, so it's not too light. I still want to get some fatigue on my lats, but I don't want them to be super shot. That way everything else feels like crap. So again, on here, just going for like, I think I did 2 warm-up sets here for like 12 reps each. And now moving into a lat pull down machine. The rack on this machine was actually too light, and I noticed it a few reps in. So in noticing that it was too light, I didn't just stop the movement and go to something else. I still wanted to finish off the couple of sets here strong. So this is when you kind of have to make lightweight feel heavy. So I noticed it was really light, so I tried to get a really good squeeze at the bottom and a really nice stretch at the top just to really get the full range in motion and keep the form perfect. Again, I really want to stretch out my lats at the top and get a nice squeeze at the bottom. You know, it's very important to squeeze the muscle, but it's also important to stretch it out, you know, get the muscle moving the full length. And I feel like that's where I experienced the most amount of growth. A few months back, 2 years ago, I did a little 8-month cut, and a big thing that I did during that time was I kind of just dropped my ego in a sense, and I just lowered the weight on everything, and I just really tried to learn good form, and I think that contributed to some really nice muscle growth and just focus on time under tension and perfect form rather than just throwing around a lot of weight. I feel like going heavy has its pros, but I think going slow and controlled also has its pros. So if you could find a good balance, that could be a perfect mix. Now I'm moving into some wide grip neutral cable rows. This was definitely more of an upper back movement, even though I wanted to start with more lower lat rows. But honestly, it felt really nice, and I did a lot of lower lat rows later on in the workout. Again, on here, I'm really not trying to swing my back too far back. I really don't want to build up a lot of momentum. I really just want to row with my back. And I'm not gripping the bar too hard. I have my wraps on, and I'm trying to let the wraps do all of the grip work. and I'm really just trying to pull with my elbows and just really squeeze my shoulder blades together and really trying to get a really nice mid-back squeeze. A good cue that I have is I try to like pinch my shoulder blades together so like I can hold a pencil in between them. I don't know, that's something that has always made sense to me, and honestly thinking about that makes the mind-muscle connection a lot greater. Now I'm just supersetting it with some closer grip, just bar rows. I started with the wider grip, and then I did, I think, about 12 to 15 reps with some partials, and now I'm just supersetting. I dropped the weight a little bit, and I'm supersetting it with some just regular bar rows. Now I'm moving into some underhand bar cable rows. This is a lower lat movement. For this, I'm really just trying to squeeze my armpits together and really just trying to crunch my lower lats. What I mean by squeeze my armpits together is I'm just trying to really just pinch my armpits. I'm trying to just really engage my lats the entire time. Again, back is a very indirect movement. It's not like you could just curl weight like how you typically train your biceps or just do tricep extensions where it's a little bit easier to target the muscle. Back, I think, is more of an advanced muscle to train. So you kind of have to think of mental cues and manipulate the movements in certain ways to really hit the targeted muscle on your back. Again, for a low row like this, I'm really rowing it to my belly button, and that's really going to target the lower lat. And then I'll really try to row it to my sternum when I'm trying to hit my upper back. So I'm finishing up here for the underhand rows, and then I'm moving into some single arm lat pull downs with a reverse grip next to also slam some lower lats. On here, again, I'm really just trying to pull with my elbow. I'm pretending like there's somebody on the floor with a string attached to my elbow and they're just pulling it down. Again, that's just another mental cue that I have to really just target my back. When I think about pulling through my elbow, it just really targets my back, and it takes all the tension off of your biceps. You know, if you just again manipulate the movement to really just again pull through your elbow, you'll target your back more, and you won't be hitting as much as your biceps to pull the weight down. Again, I have the wraps on. I think wraps are a necessity when training back. At least for me, when I'm training back, I don't want to use any of my forearms or biceps to do the row. I really just want to target my lats or upper back the entire time. Now I'm going into the right arm. Again, same movement patterns, pulling through my elbow, getting a real good squeeze at the bottom, and then a really nice stretch at the top. Again, stretching out that muscle is really, really important, especially on back. It's such a big muscle. If you could get a nice stretch at the top and then get a nice squeeze at the bottom, that is a recipe for some really nice back growth, in my honest opinion. That basically wrapped up the lower lat portion of the workout until lat pushdowns at the very end. But now I'm moving into some conventional deadlifts on the Smith machine. This is primarily for my upper back. I was pretty shot at this point. My arms were pretty tired, and I was thinking, you know, if I do an upper back row, I might not feel it as good. And in my mind, I was like, all right, so I'll give the rows a break, and I'll really just do some deadlifts, because deadlifts always target my upper back like crazy. And I'm doing this voiceover a day later, and these, I could tell, definitely made my upper back very sore. Again, if you're feeling like I've done how many rows so far? Like 5 or 6. So I decided to switch it up a little bit and hit my upper back a little bit of a different way. Instead of doing a row, deadlifts. They feel really nice. My deadlift setup on these, I'm really just trying to almost trying to spread my lats and flare them as I lift, just to really target my back the entire time. Now I'm moving into some close grip machine rows. This I feel like hit all angles of my back, because if you look at the handles, they kind of go lower, when they're fully out and I'm stretching out my lats, they're a little bit higher, and then as I row, they lower a little bit. So I feel like it's the starting of the movement hits your upper back, and then it gradually goes into your lower lats as you row. I only hit one set over here to complete failure, and it felt really, really nice. This, again, like I said, probably hit all angles of my back. Probably more of the mid back because it is a closer grip row. But again, this is a really nice finisher. This machine is super duper smooth, and I'm really happy they have it at Planet Fitness. Now moving into the last back movement of the day, I finished up with one set of lat pushdowns with the rope. Again, when doing these, you really want to keep your chest up, get a nice stretch, and then squeeze your lats as hard as you can the entire movement and at the bottom. Again, I can't stress the importance of stretching out your lats at the top and getting a really nice squeeze at the bottom. Constant tension is also a key factor in my training. I really don't try to stop the movement for too long. I really want to have the muscle be under the tension the entire time of the set. Finishing up here with some partial reps, and then I move into some rear delts. First up on rear delts, I have some reverse pec deck flies. As you could see, I'm standing on this. I saw a few videos on YouTube of people training their rear delts like this, so I thought I'd give it a shot. Honestly, it felt pretty good. I can't say I like them more than sitting, or I can't say that I like them sitting more than standing. They just felt pretty average. As you'll see, I do as many reps as I can standing, and then I go into as many as I can sitting. They honestly both felt really nice. I did 5 sets over here, and then I did 5 sets of a single arm cable face pull. You'll see right here, right now. Reverse pec deck flies, if you've been watching these back day videos, you'll know that they haven't been feeling the nicest for me. But honestly, I think today was the first day that they felt really nice. So I am happy to add them back into the routine. Now I'm moving into the single arm face pulls, like I mentioned before. These felt really, really nice. It's almost like a fly face pull mix. These felt really nice, and maybe give them a shot. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you back in the car.
All right, what's going on, everybody? So I just wrapped up my back and rear delt workout. All in all, it was a great workout. I got to make this post-workout talk pretty quick, though, because it's pretty late, and I got to go home and eat. I got 8 ounces of salmon waiting for me in the fridge, so I'm really hyped about eating that. I haven't had salmon in a while, but my coach said it was okay to have every once in a while, so having it today. All in all, back workout felt really, really good. I started with the pull-ups, just kind of warming up, felt nice. And then I went into a lat pull-down machine as the first movement, and it was definitely a little too light, the whole rack. So knowing that, I just made sure to slow down the reps. And that's when you kind of have to make lightweight feel heavy, you know? So if I know that it's going to be too light and the volume is going to be super duper high, I'm going to try to counteract that by slowing down the reps. That way I end up lowering the total volume, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to make the reps harder for myself. That way the volume isn't super duper high and it's just a little bit lower because I'm slowing down the reps, obviously. So yeah, if I ever do that movement again, I'll probably do it later in the workout when I'm more fatigued. Definitely not a good starting movement for me, though. It was just too strong to start the workout with it. But yeah, still felt good, though. And I honestly, like, even knowing that it was too late, I'm not going to just say, oh, it's too late, I'm not going to do it, and just stop. You know, if I'm already halfway through the set, I'm not going to just call it quits. I'm just going to finish off the set and just do the best I can in that given set. Yeah, all the other movements felt really, really nice. Got a really, really good pump on all of them. And then I conventional deadlifted in the middle of the back workout, and I was a little iffy about it because my hamstrings were a little sore from my quad workout, and they could have just been indirectly worked from the Smith machine squatting. Like I said in the past, if you place your feet higher up on the leg press, you will work your hamstrings. So my feet were probably just further out on the Smith machine squats, and my legs were probably further out on the Smith machine squats, and it probably indirectly worked my hamstrings. So I was a little nervous going into even deadlifting today, but I warmed up slow, took my time, and my hamstrings didn't even feel worked at all. It was just all upper back soreness that I felt. So that was really good. And I was a little iffy about even just conventional deadlifting on a Smith machine. It doesn't really sound right to me, but felt pretty good. So might be something I do a little bit more often if I'm heading back at Planet Fitness. But the reason why I deadlifted towards the end of the workout is because my biceps were really, really shot, and I didn't really know about really rowing anymore, especially like a high row to hit the upper back. So I wanted to just be able to do a movement that didn't really fatigue any of my arms and just targeted my upper back. And in my opinion, conventional deadlifts were that perfect fit. and definitely contributed to a really solid finishing pump for the upper back. But yeah, all in all, great workout. I got to get going now, though. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will see you tomorrow for some, it might be a rest day. I don't know yet. I don't know. It's supposed to be hamstrings, but like I said, my hamstrings were a little sore. So again, we'll see how I feel, and we'll see what ends up happening for tomorrow. Peace out, guys.